requesting these people have abortions?
No, I didn't say. Hold on. Check this out.
You just said that.
You just said that, but hold on.
Let me answer it. You asked me. Let me answer it. Y'all asking me.
Let's give get BRTROL with the doggy a chance to speak.
Okay, so before you continue, you're her pastor. Can I give you some background about myself? So, I grew up to a single mother, a poor family. Struggled, and I feel like as a person that made me better. So I'm only 19, okay? I'm only 19, so I'm not one of the 30, 40, 50-year-olds who swing strongly left, strongly right. I'm finally starting to come up with my own opinion. And what I'm saying is that you're saying, okay, Planned Parenthood's forcing this, but Kamala is giving them the choice.
Hold on.
It's just the choice. Okay, you keep interrupting me. I'm just trying to hold on. You keep interrupting me, and not a word has been said to you, okay? You keep interrupting me. You're talking about the children. You're talking about...
You're not speaking facts, though.
I'm not speaking facts.
He hasn't even said anything.
I'm talking about policy here. We're talking... Kamala Harris is giving the choice. Donald Trump is not allowing the choice.
He's already there, bro.
No, not in certain states. No, it's not. Not in certain states.
That's not Trump. That's governmental. That have nothing to do with Trump. That's the
not
legislators
Trump, but Trump
who voted.
Okay, listen. Okay,
Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all not speaking facts.
If Trump,
this is why you have to vote for the lower government.
You keep interrupting your hood pastor.
You said that's the government, right? But Trump bought in the 3 Supreme Court justices that voted on the bill to get overturned. So you can't just say that's not Trump. That is Trump. That is Trump.
Listen, how y'all gonna ask a question and then ask 30 more questions? If you're gonna ask a question, let me answer it. Like I said, I know over 13 children who I grew up with when I was growing up. Planned Parenthood was coming to the school having these young girls get abortions. This before Kamala Harris. Okay, y'all can't tell me.
Why is that?
It is still going on now. You can't tell me, man.
That's bullshit.
It's still going on now.
Why is everybody speaking over each other?
That's what I'm saying. It's going on now, y'all. Y'all don't know.
Who's next?
Y'all don't know, though.
I'll go next.
I would respect that all of you mute your mics when one is speaking.
I don't know how to mute my mic, actually. I've never been on my mic. How do I do that?
I feel like Champ wants to come on and say a few things to the people, but one thing that we're not going to do is speak over each other, because baby, I don't got time for that. It's very rowdy, and you guys are passionate as you should be. So please just believe that there is no disrespect to any one of you on this panel. I love you all, and I appreciate you all for being here, but I need a little bit more help. And the reason why I say that is because this is getting very ghetto. I'm from the Bronx, guys. It's ghetto when people speak over each other, so we just want to keep it civil. So can we do that, guys?
But can I ask a question?
And please remember that one of them is the only op on this panel. So when you're asking her a question, allow her the time to answer, so that then you can move on to the next question. Thank you. Thanks.
So I wanted to ask a question. So if people asking questions, right? Why they asking 5 questions at a time? Ask the one question, let the person answer it. Don't ask a question, then give an answer. Now, I mean, ask the question and then let the person answer it, so they can give you the facts, and nobody won't be arguing and trying to yell at each other. So everybody gotta have a respect to hear each other out. Because you asking questions, but you not answering, letting the person answer it.
I can go next if you guys want me to.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, I'm going to address the host. I have no questions for either of the oppositions because there's 2 up there. But I have a question. I want to direct my thing to the host. Hi, Chippyyy. Hi, you look like a very beautiful, young, intelligent woman, and I want to thank you for hosting the live.
Thank you so much, not a shade.
No problem. The first thing I want to tell you is, honey, we are 3 days away from the most consequential election that we have ever seen in this country. It is not about Donald Trump or Miss VP Harris. It is about the moral fabric of this country. I have never, in the 50 some odd years that I've been alive, seen in the Americas in such moral decay. It is sad and very upsetting to see our young people and our people, period, come up on public forums and say some of the things that they say. I'm very concerned about where we're going as a nation. I'm very concerned about what people think is okay and how we have tossed any moral God, I'll put that. I believe in God. We have tossed him out of everything. We go to church on Sunday, but it's not. He's not welcome in the voting booth. He's not welcome now. I'm telling you right now, the reason why I, myself personally, will never cast a vote for the Democratic Party is because every single person that they have paraded in front of us, down to Jennifer Lopez yesterday, is a part of the Diddy ring. How does these people get access to the White House? How does these people who were around Diddy, who was being investigated by the FBI and the Secret Service, because you have to get vetted before you can get in a room with the vice president or the president of these United States, how were they able to get through the vetting process of Secret Service and FBI if Diddy is under investigation for child trafficking? Don't nobody seem to be caring about the children. Like the gentleman said, and I spent all my coins on what he was saying, is there are children that are missing. Let's talk about your nieces, your nephew, your children. If one go missing, your world was shut down, let alone 325,000. The people that get up and are stumping for her right now are in Diddy's immediate circle. So how did they get access to the president of the United States? There's something rotten in Denmark. And if you don't have the discernment and the eye and ear to see it or hear it, the very least you can do is step aside and let us that see and hear do what we have to do to save the nation. Because if you are, the biggest thing that you can say, I am supporting this woman, is because I can get an AB. Not only do you not need to be on TikTok, you need to be in your prayer closet asking God where your moral compass is. I don't understand where people are coming from to get up on platforms and say, I want the right to AB my baby. Well, if that's what you want to do it in private. But the United States of America is hitting rock bottom fast. And what we need to do is find out where we're going to be as a nation, because if we put her in office, we ain't going to be a nation that much. I don't care nothing about what celebrity come up for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, but I'm looking to see who's speaking. And Lopez, the girl Meg Stallion, they whipped out the big guns with Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Something's rotten. Because these are the same people that step out in front of the black community all the time. Why do they get actors and all of these people, comedians and athletes to come speak to us? Where are the economists and the business owners to come address the black people? They're going to give you some watermelon and fried chicken and send you on your way. It is sad that we haven't learned yet. So what I'm saying today is, I have a cold and I didn't mean to come up here and take your life. But the bottom line is, somebody need to talk to their God, because somebody don't have it. When you come up here and talk about AB and your baby in public, and that's the sole reason, or even if any other reason you can bring up, let's talk about the country. Let's talk about the economics. Let's talk about how migrants are being sent over from other countries unvetted, put in your communities with your children at school. You don't even know what's going on with your own families and stuff, and you getting up here talking about voting. And I think that you should have to take the civics test before you cast a vote, because it don't make sense. And all I'm gonna say is, I ain't gonna hold you long in monologue. But y'all who are voting for Donald Trump, and y'all who are voting live and holding lives the next 3 days, when people get up on your platform and they talking that nonsense, drop them, because we don't have time for the people in the comments to be swayed by foolishness. We are at DEFCON 1 in this country, and I don't mean no harm to the young lady, but if you don't have it, drop them. Get people up here that can talk moral fabric and speak to the parts of the people, so they'll go in that voting booth and don't vote their soul away. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for having me, host. I'll go on.
Queen,
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Don't leave just yet, Queen, because that was
That was hilarious.
If I don't have a hat on my head, may God bless you, because I swear you would have persuaded me to put a hat on this head. God bless you. You are a queen. I appreciate everything that you are doing for the Black community and for every community around you, for speaking your truth. Thank you for jumping on this panel and saying what you need to say. Amen.
Thank you.
Is there someone named Farah on the panel?
There was a while ago, but he dropped. It was taking too
Okay.
long, I think.
Okay. Someone was saying she wanted to speak.
Wait,
so.
wait. Hold on. Let me see. I have 4 requests. No, I don't have a file here. Sorry. She left.
Can we let AWAX talk? He hasn't got a chance to talk.
All right. So Angel just got on the live. So we should let Angel speak. We have Truth is Free, which just jumped up, and AWAX, and Get Trip Troll that I haven't really heard from. So everybody speak so that we could let the new people up on the panel.
You can let AWAX go because he was going to rebut Nada Shay. I want to hear what he has to say real quick.
Which is what? Which one is that? You heard?
AWAX. AWAX.
Go on, AWAX.
Okay, go ahead, AWAX. Let's go.
First of all, one, keep your religion out of my politics. One, right?
Nobody brought religion into politics, baby.
Absolutely they did, right? Absolutely.
No, they didn't.
Either
you believe in God or you don't.
Hey, can you mute you at the top right next to you? Can you mute, please? Thank you. All right, AWAX, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, bro.
I can't mute myself.
As I stated, keep your religion out of my politics, right? And I find it very hypocritical for anyone on this panel voting for Donald Trump to speak about morality when this man is recorded talking about grabbing women by the pussy, right? Talking about essaying, fetishizing his own daughter, right? Talking about 10-year-old girls who be dating them in 10 years. What are we talking about?
Hey, bro, hold on,
about?
Chippy. I got this because I already knew. See,
What are
these
we
are
talking about? And then the young lady talking about, okay, well, we need to take a civics test in order to vote. Well, you know who that's going to hurt, right? The most marginalized people out there with low education, with bad public schools, right? Your black and brown brothers and sisters. That's who it's going to affect the most. Did you think about that?
Are you addressing me, sir? Because I can tell you right now, you have already assumed and you have already placed our black and brown people to be dumb. We ain't dumb. We the smartest people around.
No.
The
fact is,
because you got to speak.
You address me.
But you address me.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let Chippy. AWAX, finish stating what you're gonna state, bro. Please. I was gonna speak and I wanted to hear your rebut to what she was stating, right? So please finish, hit it quick, right? Because when I come back, I want you to understand. When I come back, it's not going to be with no bullshit, right? All right. So finish stating what you're going to state.
You can unmute AWAX.
My apologies. It is a fact that in this country, and it's no, I'm not assuming that black and brown people are stupid, right? But it's stupid to believe that black and brown people aren't marginalized in this country. It is stupid to not know that black and brown people live in some of the most impoverished areas with some of the lowest education. That is stupid. So to require any civics test or any of that bullshit in order for somebody to vote is ignorant. That is a stupid take.
So can I say this to you,
That's
sir?
all I gotta say.
Okay, thank you. Because you addressed me, so I get to address you back. The first thing that you said is the most marginalized. I want you to understand, right now in this country, education is 1,000% free. Do you understand? It is free. Any one of us on this panel can go on Google and pull down a curriculum and learn at their own pace. So education is free. Formal education costs. Formally, to go into a classroom and learn from a teacher, that is what costs, but education is free. If we as a people first of all, we got to stop talking about racism, because racism is not the thing anymore, honey. They done long since moved on. It is called have and have nots. While you sitting around talking about the color of your skin and how you are marginalized, the elites that moved on. They just started buying up the houses in this country to make this the biggest rental property in the world. You can't even go out here and buy a house right now. So it's not about your color, it's about have and have nots. They're going to start pushing you out of neighborhoods, not by your color, but by your money. So while you sitting here on old topics and ain't got yourself educated enough to move forward, they get ready to steamroll over you again. If you don't open up your discernment eyes, and while you talking about some keep my religion out of your politics, see, that's your problem. You don't have no God. If you had God to guide you through this situation, you would see it is no longer about your color, because these people that's coming from other countries, they are people of color. The people that is down there, that's poor, some of them are white, and the white people are with us complaining. So we got kind of like a team with the white folks. So while you talking about color, they done moved on to money, and they buying up everything, and they ain't gonna do nothing but price you and your loved ones and your children out. Stop giving black people a crutch. We are smart, intelligent, brilliant people, and all we need is an opportunity, not a handout. Not here, I'm gonna give you something to take care of your children. Not here. We need education and opportunity. So stop getting up on these panels. Number one, you need to go find out who you serve, because you didn't come here by yourself, and you can't control the date you're leaving. Tell me your death date so I know to be prepared. You don't have it. You are just like the rest of us. We walking through life wanting to accomplish something and hoping that we can do it. But you can't come up here with that nonsense to me. Everything you say, I got to answer. Go tell me about why Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and all of them had Diddy up in the White House up until 2019. Tell me how that's possible if he was being investigated by the FBI. And he is too dangerous to be out on a $50 million bond. He asked for he gave his house, his plane tickets, passport, and they said no. So whatever they found on him was so bad that $50 million won't buy him his freedom. Now all his friends are at the White House. How do you explain that? Tell me, Mr. AWAC, how that works.
Hey, Natasha, you have a really bad background.
Let Facey speak.
Hold on. Natasha, you have a really bad background noise. Additionally, people in the comments, I want you to know something. If you have something to say, request to come up. But if you're going to write stupid comments and spam, I'm going to block you immediately.
Me?
No, not you, Nat.
I'm sorry. I didn't have any. Okay, I don't have no background noise, but I'll mute. I'm sorry. I have a bad cold, y'all, but I get energy when people start talking, but I have a
Shay, I will pray for you that you feel better very soon, and God bless you. You are a queen. There's nothing wrong that you said.
But we're not talking about religion. Fuck out of here.
Okay, AWAC.
Hold on.
First of all, what we're not going to do is say religion, and then right after they say fuck out of here, because that's disrespectful to God.
Fuck out of here.
Regardless of your religion.
Hey, Angel, say what you want to say, please. I'm about to drop him.
You say something AWAC, yo.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Let me cook AWAC.
Can I show you something?
Talking about Christianity.
No, you don't gotta scream. Just use the mute up.
I muted them. Everyone's
just use the mute button, Mama. Just use the mute button. That's all you gotta do.
You know that we Puerto Ricans sometimes.
I know, and it's too. And I'm sipping on my first cup of coffee today, right? And look,
Angel, I know how you be on them lives. I don't want to be like you, but I feel like I'm right on.
Listen. What everything that was just stated from AWACS, right, was a bunch of feelings. Okay, it was a bunch of feelings. You talk about a man who made a comment that when you have money, women throw their shit at you, right? Is that not something that we haven't seen, not only in the black community, the brown community, the white community? I mean, let's not act like women don't do shit like that, right? And if you listen to the whole tape, you would understand that. But no, you want to take the little. I bet you believe, right, that Donald Trump said there's good people on both sides, didn't listen to the whole clip. I guarantee you believe them when they told you that he said to drink bleach, right? I bet you believe that he said he wanted to be a dictator, right? And all this other shit. I bet you believed every fucking clip that they chopped up for Donald Trump, but they're not listening to what Joe Biden has stated multiple times, that you need more than an AR to combat the government if you feel they're stepping out of line, like F-15s, on multiple occasions, while threatening the American people. Fuck that. Fuck that. While calling Trump supporters a threat to democracy. Donald Trump has never called Democrat constituents a threat to anything. He's always talked about politicians. So why you? Why? No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
But fucking potatoes like you will try to.
Okay, what did he say? Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. What did Donald Trump say about Democrat people? Go ahead.
I get it.
What did Donald Trump say about Democrat people? State it. I give you multiple instances.
He's your guy. I get
Shut
it.
the fuck up, bro. Who did he say it to? This is my point. This is why you're a fucking clown, and this is why you'll stay. Listen, vote for your shit, bro. Vote for your shit, bro. Go vote for Kamala Harris, bro. When she got you locked up in chains, I don't want to hear shit.
I will never be in chains, my guy.
All right. You sound like you in chains right now, bro. You sound like you in chains right now. Go chant Kamala Harris. Dead. When she's up there, go chant Kamala, like the rest of these dummies out there.
Get out your
I'm spitting facts. I'm spitting nothing but fucking facts.
Like how you came from.
One of none. I keep muting you. Is there anything else, Chippy, you want AWACS to say? Because there's other people. I know Amber wants to speak.
I want one of one to address Angel's comment, and then I'm thinking if AWACS doesn't have anything else to say, we can rotate him. And your hood pastor, I don't remember what he said, but I think we should rotate everybody else.
Oh,
I'm good. You can rotate me out. But hey, fuck that dude I was just talking to. Lying motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up.
Who I am, bro? Who I am?
Come on my live and say that.
No, you ain't got to worry about that. Listen, this is
You're lying, motherfucker.
Hold on, Chippy. This is what happens when you have beta male cucks who cuck for Kamala Harris in the Democrat Party.
Yep.
Okay. This is why we're in the position that we're in. Because when Nada Shea brought up the fact that we need to fucking have a civics text to be able to vote, okay? He sat there and discriminated against black and brown people. Do you understand? He said, we're too stupid because we don't have education. But meanwhile, these kids that you claim aren't smart have a fucking $1,000 iPhone. They can learn how to do all these dances pretty damn good, right? They can learn all this other stuff except for the civics part. Because his ass didn't do his job when he was that age, right? In order to inform himself to the fucking bullshit that the government's been pulling for the last, I don't know, half a century. But I blame that on all of us because there's a lot of us out there who have allowed it to get to this point. But no more.
I'm sad.
No more.
The one girl dropped because she was so good. She was off, but she was like the best off I've ever met.
Good morning.
I want to leave out, but I want to say one thing before I go, y'all. I gotta go. But the reason why this going on, because it's not a racist thing. It's black and white, Hispanic, and all that sticking together. And these one-sided people, they want all of us to be arguing with each other, black against white, this color against that color. That's what's going on right now. So I love what you're doing. I'm gonna continue to follow you, and y'all keep up the good work. We gotta keep pushing the truth. And Jesus is Lord. He is Savior. I used to be a gang member and all that, and I came from all that. But God bless y'all. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, your hood pastor. I'm gonna follow you. Oh, I don't think I could follow you now. But if you followed me, I'll follow you back. Thank you so much.
Angel's right, and it starts with grassroots, like voting for your local school board and all that stuff. That's how you make it better. And don't forget those down ballots, races, and your judges and your amendments as well. So yeah, we all want, most of us want Trump to be president, but he can't do anything if he doesn't have a Senate or a House. So everyone, let's keep that in mind as well.
Amen.
Hey, Amber, I know Amber, this is the second time she came up. Go ahead and speak, and then truth is free. You can be after Amber.
Thank you so much. For one, I think the race part is very overplayed. For two, and I think that's like a huge thing. For two, I know this has probably been brought up multiple times, and it's probably like old news, but why is Kamala like in the Fox News interview?
Just really quick, I just want to tell the mods I'm stepping away for like a few minutes, so please manage this for me for like 10 minutes.
I got you.
But I'm curious, like, what do Harris supporters have to say about that interview? With her saying that she will do nothing different, like, what she and avoiding every question, like, how can they support that? She has nothing, like, nothing to contribute. She literally says she's not doing anything different. So, what are they supporting? I don't know. I'm just kind of super curious. That interview like baffled me. I'm like, how can these
They're
people
supporting
watch them?
communism.
I can tell you what they're supporting, Amber. They're supporting that for certain populations, we've been conditioned to do so. People just go to the voting booth on automatic pilot because their mama went to the voting booth on automatic pilot and voted for Democrats. They're voting for Democratic Party because the Democrats want to accuse everyone Republican of being racist, misogynist, the big words that they use, some of which people don't know the definition. That's wrong.
So I'm actually, I know I look like in everybody that's white, says they're Cherokee or whatever. I'm actually Timoke Western Shoshone. I'm an enrolled member of a tribe. I'm actually tribal, right? So like majority of people in my tribe before used to be Democratic. Now they're voting Trump because they see the difference. Like, so I don't understand these people and why they're like listening to her and giving her all these, I don't know, all these umps or whatever, like she's doing something great. And I'm like, what is she doing? She's lying in front of your face. Like, she's dragging you, bro. I don't know.
They don't know any better and they're lacking Jesus in their life. That's what I have to say. Hey, Truth is Free. Did you want to go ahead and speak? Go ahead.
Oh, yes, ma'am. No, I would answer her question. The reality is that we're in these perilous times right now. The Bible says in Ephesians 6:12 that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, evil wickedness in high places. The reality is that these people that are here are blinded to the truth of what's going on because they're looking with their flesh and not their spirit. I'm a minister, man. I go to church. I see even my people that are my skin color in church touting Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party based off of the assumed race that she has, right? And because she's a woman. So therefore we've lost all substance into the why we do what it is that we do. And so it's all based off of what shows progressive. It's all about the show that goes on. So it's crazy to me. The gentleman that was up here earlier, A. Wax, was talking about all the bad things that he's heard that Trump has said, but yet refuses to recognize when Trump was doing a lot of those different things, he was being touted by Democrats. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because that stuff was old. And not only is he talking about what Trump has said in the past, but the individuals that are actually supporting Kamala, just like the young lady said, Nada Shea said, the individuals that are supporting Kamala are all linked together. And it seems like, since we want to talk conspiracy a little bit, it seems like they kind of has these people, because if you notice, what was it about 6 months ago when Usher was on the View, they asked him what his political views were, and he said, I prefer not to get into that. I don't like to talk politics. But if you saw about a week and a half ago, he was up for Kamala, right, talking about X, Y, and Z, and he's been one of the people implicated inside of the Diddy stuff. So all the people that have been implicated all of a sudden seem like they're coming out and supporting Kamala in this point in time,
including Jennifer Lopez from the Bronx, which is also a fellow Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Absolutely. So it seems like they're weaponizing them because they're in trouble and they know what they got to do. But this goes down to, I was just talking to one of my mentors, because she's voting heavy Democratic and she's an educated black woman. You know what I'm saying? As far as why they have all these athletes, why they have all these cats that's in, because LeBron James just did it too, and I'm a LeBron James fan. But the reality is they're going to use these elite people that have been dragging us down, and these people that are supporting have said way worse stuff than Trump. They've been in our community spewing bad music, talking about all this kind of crazy stuff.
What happened
to our family, to our kids for the longest anyway. So I mean, they just lost. I mean, that's just what it is, and I believe truly that if we don't get this election right, this will be the last one. It just is what it is.
Truth, can I say something to you
Change your
real quick?
life goal.
Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
ask you a question real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
One thing you said that got my attention the other day in prayer, when Barack Obama was up on the TV screen, God said to me, that's why I said in my commandments, thou shalt not have any false gods before thee. We are not supposed to be fans of anybody, because those people, when we don't see them for who they are, when we like their talent or what they say on TV or what they, the characters they play, then they have influence over us. So when he said, thou shalt not have any strange gods before me, when Barack Obama was talking, that's when he said it to me, because a lot of people love Barack Obama, but Barack Obama has been accused of some bad things. And so we can't allow this TV to tell us what people are really like. Because I know personally, I met personally, okay, a celebrity, which I will not name because it will link to somebody close to me. And they were nothing like the characters that they play on TV. Nothing. You hear me?
Well, let me tell you.
And that taught me that I don't have no fans. I'm not a fan of anybody. I will turn on you so fast if you act funny. If you're not speaking the right words and doing the right things, I will cut you out of my life.
Sister, as you should.
Hey,
You gotta love Chris Pratt, though. You gotta love Chris Pratt when he goes,
protect
glory to
yourself.
God.
You cannot allow these people to demonize you and make you feel less of a woman than you are. What would I look like if I let all these people do that to me? Hell no. F you. You know why they're mad? They're mad that I have the Spirit of God within me, that I'm speaking my truth. That's what makes them mad. Because they wish that they had the courage. They wish that they had the audacity. They wish that they were brave enough.
Exactly. Thank you. Say it again.
So they want
They
to.
wish that they were brave enough.
Give
So
my
don't come at my girl. Don't come at my girl, Natasha. You better follow her. If you want a friend that's the faith of God, baby, with a faith of God, you better follow Natasha right there.
I got you.
Hey, I want to say this last thing, and I'm gonna get up out of here. So, well, there's two last things I want to say, and I'll make them quick. No, number one thing was, I think that people completely forgot that President Obama's chef turned up unalived about 8-9 months ago inside of Martha Vineyard, first of all, and no investigation was completed on how he just got out there and drowned on a paddle boat. So first of all, they need to throw that up. I wanted to throw that out there. And the last thing I want to say to Natasha is, especially being led by the Spirit, this is just what God told me, right? The reality is that the major platform that the Democrats are running on right now is ABs, right? And how crazy is it that the one church that the biggest Pentecostal church in a black Pentecostal church in America, in Jamal Bryant, is called New Birth, and they allowed this woman to get up in the pulpit and talk about ABs when the church is called New Birth. That right there is demonic symbolism, right? And people need to understand that she got up in a church called New Birth that talks about bringing life to those that are lost, and touted ABs.
And brought Jamal Bryant out of all the people, like
out of all the people you could pick. That's
all the pastors you could pick.
Yeah.
Craziness. That's just what it is.
Change your life
right
goal.
now, right? Now you speaking fire.
Not going to scripture, but sorry, go ahead.
Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Stacey.
Change your life goal.
Wait, hold on, hang on. How do I do that? Again?
There's a couple people that want to come up. I know Bryce has yet to speak, and Chieftain. I think Chieftain was here first.
Was saying, if you ever watch a Little League World Series, when he was talking to his kids, he's like, "Get out there, kids! It's already been written." And that's what I tell people when they're voting for Trump. It's already been written. The script's already there. It's just like we're waiting for it to go through.
And what does it say? Because I know you're my brother in Christ, my buddy.
I'm Catholic.
You are my brother in Christ, and I love you, and I accept you for that. So what exactly does that mean? Because I've been very scared. I have hiccups. So I've been saying, oh shit, I need to get the fuck out of the Bronx ASAP so that like I don't get caught in that stuff. So enlighten me please.
I can only go by what I interpret it. meaning that when he told those kids, it's like, we're going to win. It's already been written. We're just playing through the book. That's the way I see it here with Trump. Look at all the stuff he's gone through. Court cases, attempted unalivings. He's actually said that it's not me, and he points up. He's like, I'm here for a reason. And I don't say this in debates, but because it's a debate of faith. But in my heart of hearts, this is what I believe. I go, God puts obstacles in front of us that makes us stronger and something that we're able to handle. He never gives us anything that we're not able to handle. So Trump's a pretty tough guy. He's a badass.
Yeah.
Two people tried to, and God doesn't give people the people that we want to lead. He gives the people that we need, not that we want, which is a huge difference that people don't understand in the 21st century. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. Is he a sinner? Absolutely. Absolutely. We all are. We all have done bad things, some more than others. And he's owned up to it. He manned up. He's not perfect. No one is. So when it comes down to it's already been written, that's how I feel. It's people like it's going to be close. I go, no, it's not. I work in media. They do this to make money. And I forgot I was going to say something else, and I can't remember what it is. So I'll yield my time. I feel like I'm talking too much.
Hey, I wanted to say this. Hey, so you guys, so this is the thing. What I do want us to is to refocus, right? You asked, sweet host, praise God for you, sweetheart. Chippy, you asked what's going to happen. Let me tell you this. One thing that I know for sure, right? I'm pretty sure Natasha will tell you the exact same thing. One thing I know for sure is that the psychological warfare that they've been subjecting us to for the half of the country, it's not worked. So they're going to have to come up with something different. So right now, the media is no longer being able to sway us and to persuade us to by emotion to do certain things. So guess what? They're getting ready to come hard, no matter who gets in office. Because no matter who gets in office, they're getting ready to come hard. What people need to do is you need to truly be looking into the effect that AI is going to have on the community, because this is one of the things that they're not talking about that is really sweeping us right now in regards to jobs and different things. And they need to really be truly paying attention to the United Nations treaty that they just signed on the 23rd, which is absolutely crazy and nuts. A path forward is what they calling it, and which is a global order. And you need to be paying attention to BRICS, Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, and India. This BRICS nation that is coming up with new, it has about 160 countries that have applied for it, and it is an alternative financial system that has isolated the United States dollar. Our United States dollar has 3% of the purchasing power it did about 80 years ago. You guys need to pay attention to the economic things that are one of the reasons why I will vote for Trump, because internationally we're in these wars, and also because I believe that he'll have the best infrastructure to bring us out of economic collapse and to deal with war, which Kamala doesn't, because they've actually opened the floodgates for that. Because I believe that there are shoulders on. There's a thing called the Cloward-Piven strategy. You guys that don't know what that is, it's called the Cloward-Piven strategy. It is a strategy that is used by other countries to destabilize countries that they don't like. And what they do is they open the floodgates of the borders and they overwhelm social systems with illegal immigration, in which depletes them of their finances and the basis for their the basis for their religious beliefs and academic systems. That is what's going on right now, and it's a strategy. You know how many CCP secret police Chinese police stations have been shut down in the United States and have been reported on in the news? People have to wake up and understand that this is coming from the inside. So when Trump gets up there and says we have to deal with what's on the inside, he's talking about the plan from within, because that's the only way that we really can be destroyed is from within side, and that's what's taking place right now. So a lot of these things that we're seeing, even in the media with Donald Trump and with Kamala, are distractions. You guys got to understand that they are distractions, because this is where we're spending our time. This is what we're talking about. This is why they also have TikTok is slated to be shut down, right? In January.
January 9th. TikTok is supposed to go away.
Right after the installation of the new president, they don't want us to be able to communicate to find common ground.
Exactly.
They don't want us to be seeing what's going on, and so this stuff right here is psychological warfare and spiritual warfare, and this is why people are getting so angry. When you guys get up here and see these people, they just don't see the logic. It's because it's spiritual, and for some reason, their frequency of their brain is all stuck on what is physical, what they see rather than the spiritual. And nobody, I bet you, all the people up here say that something's wrong, and that if something is wrong, it's not just what you see, it's what you feel.
Right.
What you're feeling, something.
Can I say something? Real quick?
Yeah.
So, when I joined the live, I wanted to say many things, but I believe you guys pretty much said everything that I stand for. I mean, I give you props, Natasha. I never been on a live, and I felt so riled up by what you were saying. I was so excited. I was so happy that you were saying the things that you were saying. And Angel, the same thing when you were talking. And truth, you guys stand for what I stand for, you know. Now, my biggest problem the past 8 years that this bullshit's been going on with Donald Trump is that us, the common people, the Republicans, we've been letting all these Democrats do whatever the hell they want, and we haven't been taking action. I believe that we gotta take action against these people, not only in a way to harm them, because that's not the only way that we can take action towards it, and I'm not calling for violence, but definitely we need to take action in our households, within the people that we know, within our communities, and we gotta start teaching them the things that we're speaking over here on this live, because, you know, if we don't talk about that stuff, the machine that's been created by the Democrats is just going to eat them up alive. And I believe that we got to take more action towards the issues of the matters that we've been dealing with the past, 20, 25 years in this country.
Hey, Oscar, I wanted to let Bryce speak next. But first, Amber, do you have anything left that you would want to say? Because I do want to rotate the panel for Chippyyy here.
No problem. Absolutely not. You can drop me, but I just wanted to say that I agree with you all. I think that a Democrat should come up so that they can be rebutted.
Well, we appreciate you and hope you have a blessed day.
You do the same. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Go ahead, Bryce.
All right. So this is all I wanted to say, right? So I've been tuning in because, mind you, I'm probably the youngest person on this panel right now. I'll be 21 in about 18 days, right? So I've just recently been paying attention to everything that's been going on political-wise and all that stuff. So what I really wanted to say is I'm definitely voting for Trump. And the main reason why I'm voting for Trump is because he says what he thinks and not what he feels. And he just speaks the truth. That's why a lot of people hate him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's too real. And a lot of people love Kamala Harris because he's not real enough. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not going to vote for a person who's been doing all this pandering this entire time. If you're going to be for women for in all aspects. You can't just be for women because of abortion. Talk about these grown ass men, bro, that's competing in these women's sports, medals, all that stuff, bro. Talk about that. She just for one thing just been pandering and talking this been her main talking point this whole entire time. We're not with none of that, bro. Everything that she stands for is just unlawful and just basically immoral. So it's I'm not gonna stand with none of that, bro. The way I was raised, bro, I'm not gonna stand with none of that. And then another thing is she just leads with the wrong thing. She's parenting to black women. She's parenting to women in general. You got these men that's competing in these pageants, winning these pageants, all that stuff. But nobody want to talk about that. And like I always say, when I be watching a lot of these YouTube videos, I encourage y'all to watch Officer Tatum on YouTube. I don't know if y'all know who that is, Officer Tatum. And so I've been watching his and I've really getting some good insight from him. And it's when you ask a lot of Kamala voters why they vote for her, right? It's either one of the two things, because she's a woman or she's black. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, you get what I'm saying? And it's you can't just try to win people over, especially when she was in I think, correct me if I'm wrong, when she was in Detroit and then she was trying to change the way she's spoken, trying to change the way she speaks. Trump never had to do that, man. Trump never had to do any of that to appeal to a certain audience. So that's mainly my thing, right? You can't get me to vote for a person who's just doing all this pandering and votes. And then with the marijuana thing, she literally locked up, 45 black people? 45 black people, right? Then now she want to legalize it. But she literally locked them up on a minor charges. So it's just a lot of stuff there,
Thank you so much, Brian. You are so intelligent, and happy birthday. If I don't see you, you said 18 days, you'll be 21.
I appreciate that.
Happy birthday, because you know what? You are the future of the country. I'm like 50 something, so I'm kind of like looking at more days behind than ahead. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are the future, and I want you to continue. I want you to get a voice. I want you to get on these TikTok streets and everything and continue to tell the young people from a young voice what you're saying right now, and keep going, because it's important. We need voices. We need people that's going to stand up and speak truth to power real bad, because it's getting bad, y'all. So happy birthday. And host, I got to drop. I have to go get some tea for my throat. I appreciate you guys having me up here. I will definitely come back. I will invite my crew to this live to get it popping. I know a lot of people that can come over and help your numbers. So if you're still up when I come back, I'll come back and bring some friends, okay?
Thank you so much, Nat. I'll drop you, but thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
I'm gonna drop too. That way we can keep rotating. We need some Democrats to come up here so we can get this popping.
Okay, thank you, Oscar.
Hey, baby, I'm gonna call you back. I just want to say something real quick.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it is All Saints Day today.
Hey, you know what is something that Bryce was saying as well? We have to be aware of this type of stuff. Is that one of the first commandments that God gave, man, to Adam and Eve was for them to be fruitful and multiply. So the devil always wants to do the exact opposite. And if you have transgender or all that other kind of stuff, you're not producing children. If you have ABs, you're not being fruitful. You're not multiplying, right? You know what I mean? You're actually putting yourself at a deficit. You know, so when it's like everything is it's already moving toward the beast system, the Antichrist system. And so, you know, we just got to really be on our P's and Q's, continue speaking truth. And you know that you're going to be, you're going to be persecuted for that. But it's just what comes with it, man. When the days get hard, you just got to bunker down and connect to God, man.
Amen.
Absolutely.
God knows
abortion is the sacrament of the
so it doesn't
devil.
matter what anybody tries to tell you to lead you astray. If you're with God, you're with God. Okay, so for anybody that was trying to give me a hard time, baby, may God bless you.
So like, and I agree with when you guys, right, are talking about, when we're talking about God, right? Like, I don't ever mind listening to those things. But people get pushed away from that topic, right? Because they're afraid. But we can do those things without even saying the word God.
Absolutely.
Right. And I don't listen. I want you to say God.
But why should we be afraid?
Chippy, it's not about that, right? It's about how you connect and how you can correlate things, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you can do those things. So I listen and I tell my kids that I coach, right? I listen to, I forget there's this dude that does a lot of motivational speaking, right? I forget his name, all right? But he goes to the hood, he goes to synagogues. I mean, this dude is everywhere. This is black dude. I forget his name, but he's all over Facebook, all over social media, right? And he was doing he was gonna go and do this speech for a group of kids, right? And he wound up meeting up with Tim Tebow, okay? And Tim Tebow says, hey, what are you gonna talk about, right? And he was like, well, I'm gonna talk about a playbook, right? So Tim Tebow was like, do you mind if I give you a little insight into a playbook or whatever? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So he had this whole speech, his whole thing was planned out, and he gave the most simplest thing that I could ever understand for a dummy like me, right? That I got to read 8 or 9 times before I truly understand it, right? Right? That I got to read 8 or 9 times. He states that the reason why he won so many championships in Florida, right? And why they did so well when he was there was, because I had a playbook, right? He goes, but in that playbook just gives me a way to do something, right? He goes, but if I don't have a relationship with my coach, right? Then when I'm in the moment of thinking like, hey, this is what the playbook says, but if I don't have a relationship with my coach and I see like they're doing a cover 2 blitz, right? And I need to change the play. If I don't know what my coach wants me to do, right? The playbook is worthless. But he goes, this is the same thing with God, right? He goes, the Bible is a playbook. But if you don't have a relationship with God, when things get difficult and change, right? And you don't have that relationship with God to sit there and say, this is what God would do. He goes, I'll fail every time. And I was like, holy shit. And it's really that simple. And it's not just for God, it's for everything. If you don't have a relationship, right, with the person that you're with, whether it's a teammate, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mother, father, husband, wife, if you don't have that relationship, it'll continuously fail, right? Or you won't have the rewards and the outcome that you're looking for because you don't have that relationship. And it was just mind blowing to me. You know, and taking it outside of the God thing, it was just simple. The playbook, right? If I didn't have a relationship with my coach, I wouldn't know what play to change if I didn't understand what his mind and how he thought. You know, and for me to say that is the people who are blinded is because they don't have a true relationship by seeking into what Kamala Harris has done inside of her political realm. Okay? Like they're not looking at that. Because if they found out what she truly did when she was a district attorney, when she was an AG, right? When she was a senator in California, when she was a senator in Congress, okay? This woman has not passed legislation, okay? Not one. All right. She had the lowest voting rates in for a president elect. No, not elect. But for somebody running for presidency back in 2020, she had the lowest approval rating as a VP. And then all of a sudden, she's God's gift to earth. All because media and other politicians told you that. While they implanted her into that position, and not one Democrat voted for her.
Angel, you talking about Trent Shelton?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
He's a former NFL player.
I think that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all don't follow him, he's very, very, very good at his inspirational speeches.
Dynamite, man. But you know, like, and that's what we see. And like, you know, that AWACS dude, I didn't want to come at him, but he came out. I can't stand people who don't want to learn and they just read the talking points. They just listen. They don't do their homework. And this is why we're in the position that we're in, right? It's because we're not doing enough of our homework. Right? Politics was supposed to be a civic duty, meaning that you didn't get paid for it. You went and did your term, and then you went home, and you went back to your business. You went back to your home, your job, right? That's what it was. And then it became this vacuum for land grab, money grab, power, right? While the people just sat there and believed, because at some point we believed that the government was there for us.
The founding fathers never envisioned career politicians.
And you're right, and this is why they created the Bill of Rights. But then if you notice, right, the first 10 are inalienable, right? That means that they are given to us by God. And then after that, they said, hey, we're gonna give you the 11th Amendment, the 12th Amendment, the 13th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 15th, all the way up to the freaking 25th, 26th, I think. Right? Like they gave us all this stuff, and everything after the 10th Amendment actually takes rights away from us.
You'll hear that from
one thing, Angel, I want to say to everybody on the panel. If your state is not in the Convention of States movement, which is conventionofstates.com, push your state legislature to adopt their measures, because only by a Convention of States can we amend the Constitution to put in term limits, not only on the people in Congress, but on the bureaucrats that are under them as well, that are supposed to be working for us and are not elected.
I think we have
the Constitution of States is a double-edged sword, and I caution people to join the Constitution of States for that very reason. Because you can really literally rewrite the Constitution and take out rights like freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, and that sort of thing. So be careful what you wish for with the Constitution, with the assembling of states there. I'm sorry, I stepped on you. Go ahead.
Well, see, when they call a convention of states, they can only vote on the articles they put forth prior to. So if they say they're only going to speak on one or two articles, that's the only thing they can speak on. They can't bring up other things that weren't voted on. So when you vote,
I'm not 100% sure if that's true.
No, that's 100% true.
It is.
But I think we have 21 states. We need 37 states to call a convention.
I think let's look at this, right? And I'm going to be honest, right? We look at all the migrants that have come over to this country in the last 3.5 years, and we see that crime has gone up. Okay. If I don't care what country you're in, what city, what state, whatever, if you take something that doesn't belong to you, right, without telling that person that you're taking it, is it right or wrong? And I think in any country that's wrong.
Yep.
Right? Unless there's a sign there that says, hey, free, unless you know. But if you have, and once again, that person doesn't know, right? Like, if you're taking something that does not belong to you, you don't have the permission of the owner, okay, there's no sign up there that says free, okay, it's wrong. So, like, when I'm so sick and tired of hearing people talk about immigrants, like, if they don't know right from fucking wrong.
I agree with you. I was on a panel yesterday. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to overstep you. Go ahead, Israel.
No, I'm sorry. I just sort of I agree with you guys. I've been listening for a while now, and I guess this new movement, this new mentality that exists in this country nowadays is redefining what morality is, redefining what faith is, and redefining what everything is in this country. It's kind of very concerning. It is to a point that we're at a peak now that we have to educate ourselves. We cannot wait on media. We can't be trustworthy of the education system, the institutions. We know we've been played. We've been had for decades now. This all been going on before even Trump. So for them to even try to blame Trump is ludicrous. So I'm glad to hear that all of you guys in the way you are, and the faith in God, and it's upon us and within us, and we got to be strong. They're gonna try to knock us, and I keep hearing, bigger things are coming. There's when you say put your ear to the ground and listen to the waves, big waves are coming, and they're not looking good. They're not good. Waves are coming. So we got to be conscious.
If we don't quell this now, we're not going to. Yep, you're right. If we don't quell this now while we have a chance, we aren't going to have a chance.
So real quick, the process for the Convention of States is the state legislatures pass resolutions calling for a convention, specifying the issues that they want to address during the Convention of States. Then 34 states have to pass resolutions to call the convention. And then each state appoints delegates. Then they vote on the topic, only the topics that were addressed in the resolutions.
Right, and that's what the movement is trying to achieve. Is to their stated goals are amending term limits and term limits of bureaucrats, and I think there's one other thing.
There's two issues on the table. It has to be 34 states to call the convention, and 38 states have to pass the resolution in order for it to be adopted.
Yep. So it's definitely something. If your state hasn't passed it, 21 states have adopted it so far. We need to get an additional 13 states to call it, and then 38 states need to ratify.
It might be on the ballot for a couple states this fall too. So I would check if it's asking. Read into it before you go vote.
Yep, it's definitely something that's worth having. I think Ted Cruz has been talking about term limits for years. There's been a couple other people in Congress who've been talking about term limits are needed too. So for them to actually come out and say it, that says a lot.
Hey, Chippy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I have to drop and get ready. I messaged you my number. Text me at any time. Also, Lauren, before I drop, Lauren said she sent you a message of something that you wanted to see or that you needed, so check that.
I will. So, Lauren, that I'll check once I drop from here, because when you're on the lives, it could be a little tricky to check your messages on here.
Girl, I know. That's why I had to get another phone. I use my iPad to get around that.